Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on European Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it was sent to me by one of our dear sister. So this is the translation of our dear sister. The translation it reads like this. Hello, Brother Nash, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? My name is Patience, and I am a woman who is living here in her country, in Highfields here in Harare. I am a tenant here. I have been a tenant for a very long time, but I have done things that I am ashamed to admit. Out of jealousy, I have let jealousy and envy take over my heart, and it has caused me to hurt even the most that are very innocent. And I want parents to know that the way that you will be living your life, that is the same way that your own kids will be living their own lives. If anyone amongst you, if there is someone who has a bad character, even your own kids, they will also inherit that same character. So this spirit of jealousy and envy, I think that I inherited it from my own mom because of what she used to do. So there are a lot of things that I have done, even though I claim to be someone who is a Christian woman. Some of the things that I have done, Brother Nashi, if I start to tell you all the things that I did, I can spend the whole day just telling you how many people I have hurt. So usually I'm that type of a person. If you are my friend, then you need to know that if you become my own friend when you are married, then automatically you are going to lose your husband, because I'll do things to your husband that will make your husband want to sleep with me, or I can tell you to start having boyfriends, and then when your husband finds out, then I'll be ready and waiting for him, such that he will destroy his own marriage. So Brother Nashi, I'm that type of a woman who is never happy about anything. When if someone tries to do something good for me, but I'll never be able to appreciate that person. I have a lot of friends, Brother Nashi, and I have a lot of enemies. Anyone who becomes my friend will end up becoming my enemy. But there is something that I did which I still remember very well. So it started about 2 years ago when I realized that there was this other woman. She was seeming to do better than I was. So this woman, she was also staying here in Highfields in our area. I will call her Mavis. As for Mavis, she had a small fruit and vegetable market by the side of the road. But even as though it was very small, like I could see that her market was booming. Every day she was making a good amount of money, and it irritated me when I would see her counting the money. I hated seeing her succeed in life whilst I was struggling. So out of jealousy, Brother Nashi, that was when I decided that this woman, something bad was supposed to happen to her. At first, I did not want to use witchcraft on her. There was this other man that I was dating. So this man that I was dating, this man, he was working in the CID department. So this man, whenever he would come to me, what I would do is that when we will be sleeping in bed, then I'll start to lie to this man, because I wanted her to open up a case for this woman called Mavis. So each and every time that this man will be at my house, what I'll do is that I would lie to him and tell him that Mavis was involved in the business of transporting drugs from South Africa and bringing them into our country. And at that time, I lied to this police officer, even though she was not involved in all of those things. So that man, he then planned a raid, and they raided a small fruit and vegetable market. So they took her to the police station after they did not find anything. Then when they took her to the police station after they had beaten her up, that was when she confessed that all that she had was a little bit of weed. They arrested her for that. When I saw that she was no longer working at her fruit and veggie market, I was more than happy. I was so excited and happy. But Brother Nashi, that was when she was released from prison. When she came out, she also started another small fruit and veggie market. After she had started, I could see that she was now making more money than she was. Out of jealousy, whilst I saw her succeeding and I was struggling, I then went to a traditional healer, and this traditional healer gave me some charms. And these charms, what I was supposed to do was that I was supposed to place them underneath a market stall in the evening. So I did this late at night. I went and I dug a small hole, and then I placed that bottle with the charms of bad luck underneath a fruit and veggie market, and I knew that it was going to destroy her business. It did not take too long for things to change for Mavis. She was unable to pay rent. Her customers slowly stopped coming, and within a short period of time, her business collapsed, and we heard that she had been kicked out of the place where she was staying because she was unable to pay rent in time. As for now, she is a woman who is living in abject poverty. I see her each and every day, struggling in life, struggling to survive. Every time when I look at her, I feel so happy. Even though I don't even know why, I feel so happy because this woman, she did nothing against me. Brother Nashi, that is not the only time that I let jealousy and envy drive me to the edge. There was this other time, like earlier this year, I heard that one of my neighbor's daughter, she had gone to South Africa for a very long time ago. So the grudge that I had with her, when she went to South Africa, this was after she had fought with her husband. She came to my house and she was crying and she was saying that she was being abused by her husband. All that she wanted was 50 rand so that she can try to go to South Africa and get a job. So I offered her that money. She never came back to me to say thank you. It was you who made it possible for me to move to South Africa. She continued living her life. And when I heard that she was planning to move to Ireland, and there was this other agent which was going to bring her over to Ireland, I said, so now she's going to Europe. This was after I had met her mom. A mom is someone who just tells everyone what is going on in her home. So she told me everything. And I said, what am I supposed to do? So Brother Nashi, when I heard that Tariro had came back from South Africa because there was some documentation that she was supposed to process here in our country, that was when I went back to that traditional healer. So I had been given this other charm. So this charm, it is like I mix it with lotion. If I want to give you bad luck, I take that lotion mixed with the charms, then I rub the lotion on my hands. I will continue rubbing my hands until I would have greeted you physically. So that is what I did. I went to her place, and lucky enough, I did not find a mom. The moment that I entered into her yard, then I started rubbing my hands, and then I found out that she was sitting by the veranda. And I said, so South Africa has changed you. You no longer stand when you see your elders approaching you so that you can greet them. She apologized, then she stood up, and I then offered my hand and she greeted me. What she did not know was that when there was physical contact, I had passed on the spirit of misfortune and bad luck. I returned back home. I was more than happy, but then I returned back home, but I was more than happy. What I did not know was that her mother was on her fasting period as she was waiting for her daughter's visa to come out. So that one did not work. What I did was that I then rushed back to that traditional healer. This traditional healer then gave me a black chicken and another charm, and I was told that I had to go and place it on top of a hill and to slaughter that black chicken. I waited until the sun was going down. I walked from Highfields and I went to Glenora. I found this other spot where there were some hills where no one could see me. I climbed up the hills, and then I took that black chicken and I started cursing that chicken, for I had named this chicken after Tariro. And I said, now you think that you are clever, Tariro, ne? Do you still remember that time when you were still fighting with your husband, when you were desperate? Didn't you come to me and you asked for only 50 rand and you were so desperate to reach South Africa? What did you do after you have reached South Africa? Did you even remember me? You never remembered me. Did you give me back my money? No, you never gave me anything. So now there are some people that you are now telling that you are going to Ireland. As for me, you never came to tell me. I was the one who made it possible for you to even think about going to Ireland. So I kept on cursing that black chicken, and then that was when we heard that a visa had been denied. When I looked at her mother, she was heartbroken. I saw that she was no longer that woman who used to believe in God a lot. So this is my own confession, Brother Nash. If you post my story, please tell me, because I'll be following through in the comment section. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our dear sister. strange things indeed they do happen in this world. And I hope that our dear sister will be listening. This is the advice that I have for her. Please, dear sister, I know that your jealousy and your envy, it is the one that is taking control of your actions. But it is also important to recognize like the damage that this has caused, not only to others, but to your own spirit as well. You should not allow your negative emotions to control your life, to detect your life, and because it will leave you in that place where you keep on feeling guilty. Right now, you might say that you do not feel guilty, but as a human being, there will come a time when you'll start to think about all the things that you have done. So I think that it is time for you to take that first step towards healing and acknowledging your mistakes, and I think that by you confessing, you might not know that by you confessing, you have already started the healing process, because your inner being is the one that has made you to confess. So by confessing, you have started that process of healing. But also, real healing will only come if you seek forgiveness, not just from yourself, but from those that you have harmed. Try to, I don't know how you're going to do it. If you could make some amends with that woman whom you called Mavis, and also Tariro, I don't know how you are going to go about it. Maybe you do not need to tell them that this is what you did. You don't necessarily have to tell them everything, but if you can help them in any way that you can, to pray for their well-being, to chase away that spirit of poverty that is now following Mavis, and the spirit of bad luck that is now following Tariro. So I know that jealousy is a powerful spirit and it can overcome you. So try to focus on improving your life without comparing yourself to others. Try to seek spiritual guidance and to reflect on your actions, hoping that you will be able to come back with a testimony of how you finally gave your life to Christ. Let us try to speak with her in the comment section.